I am driving the world's first motor vehicle. When he made his patent, what did he call this invention?
Patent motor car. This is the gasoline tank. The only place in Germany where you could actually buy Ligroin or gasoline back then were pharmacies. They sold it not as a cough medicine, don't worry. They sold it as a stain remover, a washing agent. In Germany, there's still the word Waschbenzin, washing gasoline, but no one really knows why it's called like that. Benz had a really thing for safety. His ignition is a really modern one because in here, there's a battery inside, which was fairly new back then. And of course, igniting the gasoline oxygen fumes with an electric spark is much safer than if you go with your lighter there and you're trying to ignite the whole thing. Let's say the most important part, of course, is the cylinder with the piston. And the piston moves front and back.
This is a single cylinder engine.
Yeah, a single cylinder engine. This is the cooling water tank. And of course, what's really important, it's the oil reservoir. Lubrication is really important because you can see everything is open here. And so all the time you lose a lot of oil, and for my colleagues it's always a big fuss cleaning this thing up. This is the drive belt.
Right.
It's not just a drive belt, it's also your brake. It's leather, so you can imagine if you do brake a lot, you get problems with the leather band. The flywheel here, we need for the ignition, we needed to start it. Okay, see, that's really simple. We don't have a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
We just have the steering crank, and this is our gas and our brake.
Okay, you're moving us into gear?
Yeah.
Whoa! This does feel fast.
Oh, it even goes
Whoa!
faster.
The top speed of this vehicle was 16 kilometers per hour. That's about 10 miles an hour.
We can go fast.
It feels faster than I was expecting.
Karl Benz was born on the 25th of November, 1844 in Karlsruhe. He later attended the Polytechnic University there, before gaining his first practical experiences at various mechanical engineering companies. He founded his own company in 1872, the Eisengießerei und Mechanische Werkstätte. However, it was not much of a success at first. It was only the dowry of Karl's wife, Bertha, that saved them from immediate ruin. In 1877, Benz started developing a two-stroke engine, and after 2 years, it ran sufficiently for the first time. The patent for a gas-fueled four-stroke cycle engine was already owned at that time by the Gasmotorenfabrik in Deutz. Nevertheless, Benz did patent some of his inventions, such as his engine speed regulator. A stock corporation under the name Gasmotorenfabrik Mannheim was set up in 1882. Karl Benz resigned from it a short time later, though. It was only the founding of the Benz & Company Rheinische Gasmotorenfabrik, together with the entrepreneurs Max Rose and Friedrich Wilhelm Esslinger, that led Benz to eventual success. The company, established in 1883, expanded quickly and was even able to grant licenses for the construction of gas-fueled engines. For Benz, it finally became possible to devote his time to the development of the car engine. Unlike Daimler, who integrated his engine into a carriage, Karl Benz was aiming for the development of an entire vehicle. In 1886, he was able to present his first Benz patent motor car to the public, a three-wheeled vehicle powered by a four-stroke gasoline engine. From 1885 to 87, 3 models with slight variations were produced. With the so-called Model 3, Bertha Benz undertook the first long-distance drive in the world in 1888. At a distance of 100 kilometers from Mannheim to Pforzheim, she experienced an adventurous drive. Without her husband, but with her sons. She only let him know after a happy arrival. In 1893, Carl Benz introduced axle pivot steering to car construction, followed 3 years later by the Contra engine, the ancestor of today's piston engine. The breakthrough for Benz & Company came in 1894 with the Velo. This light and budget-priced automobile was manufactured for 5 years. With a total production sum of about 1,200 units, it was the first mass-produced car in the history of the automobile. At the turn of the century, Benz & Company grew to be the leading manufacturer of automobiles in the world, with over 430 employees at the time. Carl Benz left the company 2 years later on account of discrepancies with the management. Together with his son Eugen, he established a new company in Ladenburg in 1906. Until the mid-20s, the Benz and Zerner cars were produced there. As taxis, they gained a certain degree of recognition, especially in England. As opposed to Gottlieb Daimler, who died 1900, it was granted to Carl Benz to witness the boom of motorization and the final breakthrough of his idea. Carl Benz, one of the fathers of the automobile, died in 1929 at his house in Ladenburg.